What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode of That's Right, I Said It. It is Tuesday. As you know, I'm 3 days officially off of KRATOM. Well, actually, I can't say that. It'll be, I guess, at 7 o'clock this evening will be officially 3 days. Is that right? Hold on. Sunday, Monday. Yeah, because I took my last dose at 7 o'clock on Saturday evening. It's now about 12 o'clock on Sunday. So I'm at damn, I can't do math. I'm at 29 hours basically. Is that right? Holy shit, I'm struggling. No. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so there's 72 hours in 3 days. I'm not editing this shit out. I'm gonna allow you guys the opportunity to just sit and chuckle at me trying to do math. Actually, I'm usually pretty good at math. I just kind of had a brain fart there. Yeah, I'm past official 2-day mark. That would have been 7 o'clock yesterday evening. And so the official 3-day mark will be 7 hours from now. So right about now, I'm about 41 hours, something like that, completely off of KRATOM. How am I feeling? Well, before I tell you that, I do this channel to try to help other people who are also blindsided by developing some sort of relationship with KRATOM, and people who are really wanting to either come off or curtail their use. I'm just a guy on my lunch break. All right, trying to help other people out and trying to give people like a blueprint, you know, as to how they can come off of something like KRATOM. So if you appreciate that and you appreciate that transparency and the fact that I'm just a guy trying to help out other people, hit that subscribe button. It's a free service. You don't have to pay anything. All your payment is 2 seconds to take your finger and go blip. That may not be the sound that your phone makes. Actually, probably no phone makes that specific sound, but it may not make any sound. The things that make you go, A lot of you probably are like, things that make you go, the hell are you talking about? You know, it's mostly 25 to 44-year-old. Let me go through this again. It's mostly 25 to 44-year-old men who are watching my videos. So the upper end of that, the 42, 43, 44-year-old guys, you probably know what I'm talking about. The things that make you go, Yeah. It's a popular song back in the, I don't know, maybe early 90s. Some of you young bucks, you 25-year-olds are like, that makes me go, because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. It was a random cheesy song back in the day that was really popular nonetheless. Either way, hit that subscribe button. I would definitely appreciate it. And that can be your payment. It's just like a, handshake. Thank you for doing that. So how am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. What I do yesterday. So yesterday was my second full day off of KRATOM. I was at home. I took a vacation day. I wanted to make sure that the day after I completely jumped, that I had a little time to myself. In the event of maybe, say, I didn't sleep very well that night, still kind of had some lingering, sort of withdrawals. I didn't want to have to get up and work the next day. So I made sure I cut out a vacation day, took a vacation day so that I could be home with my family and, not really have any work responsibilities. So I still slept pretty well Sunday night. I slept pretty well last night as well. But yesterday I got up and actually did some Wim Hof breathing and also some holotropic breathing. Don't undersell meditation, bro. Meditation is the heat. Especially if you're going through something like a withdrawal or a taper, or say you've just completely jumped and come off of something like kratom or some other sort of opiate, you know, these opiates give you this false energy, okay? And so you're in these constant states of dopamine spikes, right? Where you just feel good all the time. The problem is that comes at a cost, right? Because when you stop taking it, your body during this process of being flooded with all this extra chemical, this extra dopamine, your body's response is to shut shit down, turn off the lights, everybody goes home, no more dopamine production for today, right? That's what your body's response is when you're taking something like this on an ongoing basis. So when you go to stop, it takes some time for your body to then notice, oh shit, well, what happened? You know, we were getting all this extra dopamine, and now where's it at? What's going on? What happened? You know, and that's why people, when coming off of something like this, something that kind of gives you a stimulant type effect, like kratom, when you come off of it, people report the low mood, anhedonia, the kind of depression, like, damn, I just can't get any energy for nothing, you know, that sort of thing. Well, when you're going through something like that, it is very important for you to try to get little tidbits of natural energy any possible way you can. And a lot of people, when they come off of something like this, you know, they won't do any exercise, they'll keep eating like shit, and then they'll well, I don't have any energy, so let me just drink 4 Monster energy drinks and a coffee every day. Like, nah, dude, no, because that also is fake energy. Now, I'm not comparing coffee to kratom. They're on completely different playing fields. You know, coffee does not have an opioid type effect. You know, and so you're not going to get the same sort of withdrawals and anything like that when coming off of it, because coffee is just strictly like a stimulant. This is coffee, by the way. That's why I'm pointing. But this is only my second one for the day. So and this is all I'll drink for the rest of the day. So it's all good, right? But the point I'm making is, it's important to get those little snippets and those little tidbits of actual natural dopamine any way you can. Wim Hof breathing, holotropic breath work, DMT breath work, any of this meditative sort of breath work where you do the like fire breath, and then, you know, the breath of fire, and then you do all these different types of breath work, and then you'll hold, and then you'll, like, you know, press it down in the pit of your stomach, and then you let it out. If you will put yourself through a 5-10 minute video of this where you're going through several rounds of this, you would be absolutely 1000% shocked at how you will feel when you get finished. Which I already knew this, you know, already knew this as an addicted person. I already knew that you can get some natural, you know, dopamine manufacturing going on in your body by doing like these, you know, these really intensive breathing methods, you know, and just, there's a million of them on YouTube. Just go search one up. Holotropic breathing, HOLOTROPHIC. Holotropic breathing. There's Wim Hof breathing. There's DMT breathing. There's all these different sorts of breathing exercises that you can do. And, you know, when I got finished doing that yesterday, I stood up and I was like, damn, I feel somewhat high right now. Let's get honest. For someone who's addicted to substances, that's a pretty gnarly feeling, right? Especially when you're no longer on substances, right? You're sober at this point, you know, 2-3 days sober, and to do something such as breathing that actually just comes natural and that is not going to have any negative side effects. It's not going to come at any cost to you later on. And to be able to get a feeling of like, oh wow, I just got kind of a mood elevation out of that, somewhat of a mood lift, got a little bit of a dopamine increase out of that. Wow, that's pretty legit, you know. The shit works. The shit works, you know. So, you know, the problem is when people go to curtail their use or come off of something like kratom or some of the sort of opiate, they don't couple that process with all of the other things that can really help you, you know, to get through that a little less painfully, right? And that's why I preach on here all the time. I'm just trying to give you guys a blueprint. That's all I'm doing. I'm just a guy who's been to the rodeo a couple of times. That's it. You know, I'm not some, you know, special. Well, I am special. I like to think of myself as special. I mean, my wife thinks I'm special. My mom thinks I'm special. You know, my dad, my family, they think I'm special. You know, we're all special. And I don't mean special. I mean special. You know, in a way that you are unique. You are a unique individual in this world. But, damn, I went off the rails with that. But I'm just a person who, I'm just trying to give you a blueprint. You know, when you go to do a process like this, get your diet right. Eat fruits, vegetables, low fat, low sugar, high protein foods. Drink a ton of water every day. Get out there and force yourself to like meditate, do some breathing exercises. Go out and if you can't jog, go out and walk. A lot of you who say you can't jog can jog. You just don't want to jog. There's a difference in what you don't want to do and what you cannot do. There's a fine line there for a lot of people, and that line can easily become blurred with a lot of people. There's people out there that are just so freaking sedentary, and they're so uncomfortable with being uncomfortable that their mind immediately, when somebody says something about exercise, their mind immediately defaults to, well, I can't do that because of this. Well, I can't do it because I got bad knees. Yeah, I can't do that because I have this condition, or I can't do that because I'm just a little overweight. It hurts my knees too bad. I've actually had people tell me that. And I'm not saying there's not a reality of physical limitation that we all are subject to. You know, if I went out right now and somebody tried to force me to run an ultramarathon of 100 miles, you know, there's probably a reality there. I'm not going to make it, right? And I'm a person who jogs. I ain't making no 100 miles, not right now. I got to train a little bit for that. But I can do quite significantly more than I think I can do. And that's the God's honest truth. That's the God's honest truth, because, and you know, I did this about a year and a half ago. I got into this kick where I was jogging all the time. It's just something I was, you know, really wanting to do. And I was wanting to get to a point where I was doing like a half marathon, then a marathon. I wanted to work my way up to a marathon, even if I was going at a very slow pace. I wanted to reach that 26-mile mark without stopping, right? I never did, but I did go through a period of time where I was kind of seeing how far I could go without actually stopping. And I would only do, you know, on a regular basis, 5-6 miles, kind of, you know, 6, maybe 7 miles was my limit. And, you know, I finally decided one day, I want to see what's the limit for me. I want to see what the limit is. And I want you to know, I went out and I jogged over 14 miles that evening, just around my neighborhood and back. I went all over the place around my neighborhood, and no problem. You know, I was able to do that no problem. And the thing is, I could have gone farther. I could have gone further. I would have gone further, but it started to rain on me. And I'm talking about pouring down rain. That wouldn't have been that big of a deal, but two problems. I had my phone with me. My phone is not waterproof, so that concerned me. And then also on top of that, the app that I was using to see how far I was jogging, because I was just going all over the place. You know, I wasn't following any certain, you know, standard route that I already knew how far it was, right? I had kind of, you know, just gone all over the place. And so I knew that if I just kept going, probably for one, my phone was going to get messed up. And if my phone got messed up, then I wasn't going to know how far I was going in the first place, and I wanted to be able to keep track of it just for my own, personal accountability of knowing how far I went. So I ended up stopping a little after 14 miles, but I jumped literally from probably my top, you know, distance at that point was probably 8 miles. That's probably the furthest I'd ever gone. And I went straight from 8 miles, up to 14, almost 15 miles, just like that. And it sucked. And, but the bigger problem was just shutting my mind off, switching my mind off. Because my body could do it. My body could do it. It was my mind that didn't want to do it, but once I told my mind to shut the F up, the body just kind of follows suit. Doesn't have much of a choice, does it? If you push it. So I always hesitate when somebody out there, when they're trying to come off of something like Kratom or some other sort of opiate, well, I can't exercise, I can't. No, you can do more than you think you can do. And if you get that word out of your vocabulary, I can't. If you get that out of your vocabulary, you'd be surprised what the human body can do. And a lot of times when people perceive these pains, and I got a pain here, or I got bad knees, or this and that, and a lot of times that is a weakness that's being expressed within your body because of what? Because you have weakness there, because you're sedentary, because you're not exercising. So you show me someone who doesn't exercise, and then they say, well, I can't do that because it hurts. It hurts because you don't exercise. That's why your knees hurt. Go do some squats, do some knee strengthening exercises, get out there and actually hit the pavement a little bit, or go run on a, if you feel like it's a joint issue, go hit some trails where you're running on the dirt where it's not as bad on your joints. You would be shocked what the human body can do. But a lot of it is people are just so allergic to, physical bodily stress that they just automatically, when they hear something about exercise or somebody tries to tell them about exercise, they automatically just default to, well, without even trying, they just automatically default to, well, I can't do that for this reason. I tried that one time back in '84, and my damn knees started hurting after about a quarter of a mile. So I can't jog. Come on, dude. Come on. You may not be able to do what I can do, or I may not be able to do, I can't do what David Goggins could do, okay? But you can do quite a lot more than you give yourself credit for being able to do. And speaking of Goggins, he talks about this 40% rule. People have this 40% rule. And once you get to 40% of pushing yourself, I'm up to 20%. Now I'm pushing myself, I'm up to 30%. Now I'm in like a fair but moderate sprint. Okay, that's my 40%, and people get to that 40% and they're like, oh, this is too much, I can't stop. But there is a 50%. There is a 60 and a 70 and an 80 and a 90 and 100%. People rarely ever get to that, because they don't know how to push their body past, that they don't know how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? It's something I'm still working on, but I'm just trying to give you a blueprint. When you're going through something like coming off of Kratom or something, I cannot overstate how important something like intense exercise is in this regimen. And serves so many purposes, just to give you that kind of natural, like, mood boost that you're missing, because you're in dopamine depletion, and it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel accomplished. I mean, how important is that when you've been in this state of just abusing something, and you're down on yourself, you're insecure. I mean, a little mood boost, a little confidence boost couldn't hurt, right? Couldn't hurt. So anyway, that's important. And so yeah, yesterday I did some breathing exercises. Spent a little time with my wife and my baby yesterday morning, and then I went out for a jog, and I jogged probably about 4 miles out in the hot blazing sun, right? And you know, by the time I got back, I was like, I didn't really care about, I wasn't really thinking about using Kratom, you know. Didn't really even have the thought of using it. Now I know there's gonna come a time, and there's what people call like the pink cloud phase, and I've been looking at this a lot recently, and there's a pink cloud phase that people swear by which the first week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's new. It's almost like the honeymoon phase. It's almost like when you're dating someone new, and at first it's like you're all in love and you just want to be up under this person every second, and you just want to be together and talking to them or with them every possible second that you can. And then when the 6-month mark gets here, you're like, well, damn, I'm kind of tired of them now, you know. It's a real thing, you know. It's a real thing. Even in successful relationships, the honeymoon phase ends in every relationship. You know, in my relationship with my wife now, it's a deeper kind of connection and love that I have with her, a person that I've gone through the trenches with, you know. So the kind of connection I have with her now, I could never get in 6 months in a new relationship with somebody else, you know. And it's one of those things where it's no different, you know. With some, at first you're like patting yourself on the back, you're proud of it. Once you get through the physical aspect of it, you almost kind of have this high of like, oh man, I'm glad that's over. I did it. Be careful, because it's, according to that pink cloud phase, it's that thought process that can set you up for relapse and failure later on, right? So you know, in an effort to maintain long-term recovery, and you know, you need to be able to have a support group. This is kind of my accountability mirror, you know, getting on here talking to you guys, because that's one thing I'm not going to do, and I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror if I go and I use Kratom and then I come on here and I talk to you guys. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys about that, you know. Because then this channel would cease to be an element of accountability for me, and then I would also cease to be misleading you guys, you know. I can't do that. I won't do that, you know. But you have to get to a place where either, whether it's with a support group, like whether it's AA or NA, if that's something that you can do and that you have time to do, which a lot of NA and AA folks would say, well, you have to make time because the number one priority is your sobriety, which I don't disagree with that, but I don't have the time. When I say I don't have the time to go to NA or AA, I don't mean, oh, I don't have time for that. I mean, I literally don't have the time. I have a new baby at home. I get off at 5 o'clock every day. I have a 30-minute commute back to my house. I get home at 5:30. 2 days a week, I have to take my son to kickboxing in the evenings. I go with him. Also, an important element out of this for me is to exercise every day, so I try to do that at least several days a week when I go home. I literally would never see my family if I were going to, you know. And a lot of NA, AA community, you know, they want you in a meeting every day. You should be going to a meeting every day, you know, at least 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Nah, homie, I can't do that. But, you know, I will use this as my accountability mirror, and I will take inventory of my life, and I will, you know, cultivate the relationship with a higher power. I will do and hold myself accountable through, you know, testimony to other people, and you know, with you guys, and my wife, and you know, everybody else in my life that I'm honest with, and I'll do it that way. You know, there's more than one way to get sober. There's a lot of people in this world, man. 7 billion people in this world, or probably closer to 8 right now. I haven't looked up what that figure is at this point. Probably more like 10 billion. We're getting on up there at this point. About 75% of those are in China. But accountability is a big part of it all. There's no doubt about that. But anyway, I'm not just gonna keep rambling about this stuff. What's my time? Oh, I'm at 25 minutes already. So I wanna say this to you. I heard this on a video this morning, and I figured it would be helpful to you guys. Stability doesn't create discipline. Discipline creates stability. All right? Because a lot of you guys are out there, and I see it, like some in the comments, and I've been guilty of it. You're waiting to get to a certain point before you make the change. You're waiting to feel good about it to make that change. You know, you're waiting until, okay, well, this is a good time. Well, I feel kind of good today, so let me go ahead and curtail my use or stop, or let me make a doctor's appointment, or you know, whether if you need to go to therapy or whatever it is, or if you're just doing it on your own and it has to do with just going ahead and making a decision like, I'm going to take less today than I did the day before, and I'm going to continue that until I'm completely off of it. A lot of people out there, I hear it in your comments, you know, and you're repetitively trying to find every reason not to stop. Well, maybe I should try this. Well, I tried this and it was just a little too hard, so now I'm going to, you know, swing to this next branch, and then I'm going to try this. Oh, that was hard too. Damn. All right, well, let me go over here and try some of this. Or let me get online and order some of this, because well, I tried this other thing and I was still having some, you know, I was still uncomfortable with that. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable. Do you hear me? You know, you have been bombarding your body and especially your mind with a drug that is giving you a false sense of mood, energy, well-being for however long you've been doing it. Years, months, years, some people, 5 years, 10 years, other people. That does not come without a cost. You are not going to be able to back your way out of that without paying the piper to some degree. You understand? And a lot of people would argue with that. Well, no, because I've heard some people, I went to the doctor and I got a little bit of this and a little bit of Suboxone, I got a little bit of gabapentin, and then, you know, and I kind of was able to not even have any withdrawals, and I'm off of it. That may be true. There are ways, if you're a person who's just really stuck down in the trenches and you've gotten way up there and you're taking a large amount, you know, you may be one of those people that needs to go see a doctor, go see a physician, and get some medical assistance, you know, with coming off. But even those people, you still got to pay the piper, bro. You know, you might get out somewhat unscathed physically in some cases, in some instances, but you're still going to have to pay the piper mentally, you know, and you're still going to have to do the work, and you're still going to have to go through these steps, you know, to get yourself past, you know, every moment, every second where you have the thought where I need to use again, or I should use this, or I got a little stressed out today, so let me just take a little something to take the edge off. You know, you still have to get through those moments. How are you going to do that? You know, how are you going to do that? What is your accountability mirror? What is it? You know, it's different things for different people. You know, sat down and played piano and sang for a couple hours yesterday. Well, not a couple hours. Actually, it's more like just a few minutes. But, you know, it's just another thing. That's something I enjoy doing. Something gives me a little dopamine fix. you know, a little release, a little artistic, creative release. You know, that's another thing I did yesterday. You know, picked up, held my son, loved on my son. You know, that gave me a dopamine fix. I mean, he's a little 3-month-old little cutie, little chubby cheeks, little, you know. So I did that. That's something that really helped. You know, you have to be conscientious of these things. You have to schedule out a day. You have to plan your day, and you have to set your day up to where you are not including using in that. You are doing other things, other alternative, productive things instead of the using, right? So anyway, I want to throw that out there. We can go through a couple of comments before. Yeah, I've only got a couple of minutes. Brian, see you fishing 24. Love that name. Nice job, man. Hope you can document your journey for 90 days. I'm 24 hours ahead of you, so you're probably around 4 days right now. I feel like if we can make it to the 90 days, our neurotransmitters will be balanced again, and we can have joy in accomplishing goals like God designed us to. Praying for you. Brian, you're the man, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm pulling for you too, dude. You're several days off as well. And again, you know, Brian understands as well. Yeah, listen, I'm not on here preaching like, look, I'm off Kratom. Yep, I did it, y'all. I did it. All right. I'm out of the woods now. No more worries for me. Everything's all good. Yes, I did it. No. I'm not doing that. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning, you know, and it's gonna be one day at a time. And that's why I'm doing these videos, because I have to come on here and be accountable for what I do every day and what I'm telling you guys that I'm doing and what I'm encouraging you guys to do or what not to do, right? And so no, this is just the beginning for sure. But Brian, I appreciate it, man. You know, praying for you as well. I agree, God did absolutely design us to accomplish goals, and using something like Kratom every day, that's no way to do that. That's only going to slow you down and hinder you from reaching those goals. So I appreciate it, man. Keep us updated on your progress. At Earth Creeper says, I'm on day 3 right now. I was watching your videos today from 2 months ago. You gave me strength. I've been on it for 6 years, quit several times. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but laying it down for now. Have faith that you'll pull through. Thank you, bro. Earth Creeper, bro, I'm thinking about you as well. Use this channel as your accountability mirror. Check back in to say, hey, I'm on day whatever. I'm on day 10. I'm on day 15. And let the people here in the comments, look, dude, guys, get in the comments. Let people know what you're doing that helps you. You know, just getting on here and speaking it out and saying it, getting it off your chest is magical. It is magical for the healing process. It is magical for that whole accountability piece. You know, so do that, and help people who are further behind than where you are, you know, and people who haven't gotten as far with it, with recovery as you have. Help bring those people along, you know, like the next one here, Matthew, thank you, bro. Matthew KRATOM 4447. He's been doing a lot of that, and he don't even have to tell me. I know what he's doing. You know, and he's on here commenting, reading other people's comments, responding to them, encouraging them, telling them what he's done. You know, he's doing that for himself, for the accountability piece, but he also understands that part of getting through this is feeling like you're helping someone else in the process. You know, we are designed to be team members, to encourage one another. That's how the human race is designed. We're designed to lean on one another and support one another, you know, in faith and in reality. And it's one of those things where he sees that. He understands that that's an important piece for him. So he's always on here talking to somebody. And I'm going to read his comment next. He said, good job, Corey. I'm so glad I found your channel. You and everyone else have truly helped me stick to my taper. I took a half gram last night. Nothing so far today, and I'm okay. I don't think I would have gone from 35 grams to 0 in 3 weeks if it weren't for the accountability tips and encouragement that I've found here. I'm going to the gym right now, even though I don't want to do nothing, LOL. Keep going, everyone. Matthew, you're the man. I appreciate it, brother. And I agree. You've come a long way, man. I'm expecting you've probably already jumped. Is that true? Let me know in the comments. Want to read one more. Jason Frere, 8296. Glad you seem to be doing well on day 2. I'm down to 6 grams per day. Business travel now till Wednesday, so can't be completely worthless when I have a full day of meetings. But as soon as I'm back Thursday, I'm cutting to 5.5, sort of following your progression off. Enjoy the time with the family. Jason, thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. You're doing awesome. Just don't lose focus. Do the 5.5 as soon as you come back, and then start kicking it from there until you get yourself completely off of it. Lula left another one, but I'm at 35 minutes, and I really don't think I'm gonna get through this. Lula, I promise you I'm going to address your comment on tomorrow's video. I really want to be able to address your comment. Lula is not on Kratom. She is actually on Vicodin. And last time I checked was at a pretty decent amount. And I have some specific, advice that what my heart's just telling me for Lula. And I want to address that, but I'm not going to be able to in this video. Because as usual, I've just been yapping, because that's what I do. But anyway, I love y'all. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below if you've not. I'm on day 3. Tomorrow will be day 4, still holding strong. You guys do the same out there. Stay strong, stay focused on your taper. If you're already off, don't use again. It's a dead end street and you know it. All right, love you guys. I'll see you next time.